guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today you can just see some hair in the background. Don't mind that, it's just hair. So today is going to be a different kind of video. Today I am going to be doing an eating disorder video. I am going to be going through my battle with an eating disorder, how it all started, when it started, how I'm doing now. I'm going to include pictures, so there is going to be a trigger warning here and in the description below. If this will, trigger you in any sort of way, please don't put yourself through that and watch this. But I am just going to post this video just for anybody who is curious or anybody who is going through the same thing and wants to feel validated, because you are not alone and anybody could be going through this and you have no idea. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay. So my battle started 3 years ago. I had a lot on my plate. I had school, I had sports that I was doing, I was going to the gym all the time to relieve stress, and I guess with all of that going on, I just kind of started eating less. And because I started eating less, I felt like I had more time to do everything, because I was so stressed and so bombarded with everything that I had to do. And I will include pictures of what it was like back then. But it wasn't until my doctor's appointment I went to go get a blood test done, and my doctor actually was quite concerned because she said that my iron was low and my nutrients were low. Basically everything was really low, and I wasn't taking a multivitamin, and I wasn't obviously getting enough food in me to maintain weight, so I was losing weight. And at that time my mom and me didn't really think anything of it. We were just like, okay, I just need to start eating a bit more, because I wasn't showing any symptoms of an eating disorder or anything like that. Then we fast forward to about 6 months later. I was eating maybe 2 meals a day. I was going to the gym every day after school. I was doing homework all the time. I was doing schoolwork. I was going out with people, and I was just very bombarded with things that I just kind of forgot to eat. And my head was telling me that, you don't need to eat because you have too much stuff to do. And I was like, right, okay, I have too much stuff to do. I don't have time to do this, or I don't have time to make myself lunch, or don't have time to eat dinner because I have to do schoolwork. And that carried on for another 2 months until I actually had another doctor's appointment. And this time I got weighed. Now, when I was getting weighed, I had this kind of anxiety in me, but I didn't really understand why I had this anxiety. So I was kind of just sat in the doctor's room waiting, and I was really nervous, but I went in. She wanted me to stand facing backwards so I wouldn't see my weight, but I said, no, it's okay, I'm fine, like I can take it. And I stood on the scales, and I remember just breaking down. I was in floods of tears seeing my weight on the scale. And at this point I wasn't trying to lose weight, but it had just kind of clicked in my head, and something just said, this is too heavy, you need to lose weight. So I guess from that point, it was kind of like a mission to lose that weight. So I stopped eating 2 meals a day. I was eating 1 meal a day. Sometimes I was snacking, and this went on for about a year until my mom finally noticed and my parents finally noticed that I was not eating that often. And when they confronted me about it, I just said, listen, I'm really busy, I've got schoolwork, but that wasn't good enough. So we went to the doctors again, and I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. At this point, I was kind of confused, because I had not really any idea what it was. I thought it was fine. I was maintaining. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't, I wasn't looking for food. All I needed to do was just get my stuff done, and I was working out all the time, so I was busy with that, and my weight just started to drop. Fast forward to about 6 months ago, I actually was at the lowest weight I have ever been. I will put a video or a clip on the screen for you guys. But this was the lowest weight I have ever been. I went to my doctor's and I got weighed, and I was 38 kg, which is about 5.2 stone. I was severely underweight, and I, obviously with my head telling me that I wasn't underweight, I just kept thinking I was fine. But my doctor said it to my parents and they were very concerned. So we decided to go to the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services, which is CAMS. It's a system here and in the UK for children with mental health issues and stuff like that. So we got referred to them by my doctor, my GP, and we went to my first appointment. And I was weighed and my blood pressure was taken, and I was severely underweight, and they were quite concerned. It was at this point where I started hiding stuff. Because I was being watched when I ate, I was sneaking upstairs to my room and throwing up in bags in my room and hiding it under my bed, or I would sneak downstairs when everyone was asleep and I would throw up, but I would never binge. And this was a really big deal for me because I would never let myself binge, but I would throw up things that were, even small things, a piece of toast, soup. I couldn't keep anything down. So I was starting to just get tired all the time. I would fatigue. I couldn't leave my bed. I couldn't walk to the shop 5 minutes down the road without getting out of breath and feeling dizzy and passing out. I was passing out all the time because I wasn't getting enough nutrients, and I just felt really, really, really low. At this point, I got very depressed. I have suffered with depression for years now, but at this point, I was just very depressed. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to sleep. My sleeping schedule, I was sleeping for about 3 or 4 hours. I was just so obsessed with food and calories, and I was obsessed with knowing the weight. I would weigh myself every day. And it got to the point where my parents had to take the scales and throw them out of the house because I was weighing myself every day, trying to get lower and lower and lower. Even though I was so low, I was trying to get lower. I wanted to be skinny. At this point, I was just on the verge, I was so underweight and I was just not functioning right, and my CAMS team decided that they were going to put me on some medication to try and quiet the voices down in my head. I'm still on that medication. As I've said in previous videos, I'm not actually in recovery yet. I am still fighting the battle with anorexia. I am on a maintenance plan now, which is just to try and maintain my weight. I'm very scared to start recovery, but I'm wanting to start recovery, and this is a sign for anybody who is struggling. If you are going through this, you're not alone, and recovery is your best option. Worst scenario is you won't be here. And that I got to that point, and it is so scary and it is so horrifying that the alternative is just so much better. So if anyone is watching this and is going through the same things, I would try and fight the battle. Fight for recovery, because that is what I'm trying to do. And it's hard. It is so hard to try and fight the voices in your head, but it will be so worth it in the end when you get to say that you're in recovery from an eating disorder. I am on a 3 meals, 3 snacks a day meal plan. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I don't stick to it. Sometimes I do less than that. Sometimes I do more. It all really depends on, you know, how my mentality is that day, how I'm feeling, if I want. Sometimes I won't want to eat, and sometimes I will want to eat. It's not going to happen overnight. Recovery does not happen overnight. Recovery takes months, years to happen. But once it does happen, it is amazing, and you finally get that little bit of freedom outside of your head to say, okay, well, maybe I can do this. If you're watching this, even if you don't have an eating disorder, if you do or you don't, go get something to eat. If it's a snack, if it's popcorn, if it's soup, if it's a sandwich, if it's a pizza, go eat something, because your body needs food. You need to nourish your body. And if you don't, the alternative is so much worse. You need to nourish yourself to survive. You need that. Anyways, guys, that was my video. If you guys liked it and you want me to do some similar videos, let me know. The comments are always on, and my DMs are always open. I will have my Instagram linked down below, as well as my TikTok. I'm always posting recovery and eating disorder videos on there as well, if you guys need a safe space to go. But I just want to say thank you guys for all the support that this channel is getting. I didn't think that it would get any support at all. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, let me know what type of videos you guys want to see next. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday and Sunday. So yeah, what you guys want to see next. Bye guys.